welcome to the Tonight Show with your host, Renato Cristobal. And today we're going to have a special guest. Everyone knows about him. He is the one and only William Ashley Sunday, otherwise known as Billy Sunday.
Thank you for having me here.
So starting with you, Mr. Sunday, as a preacher yourself for the Evangelical Christianity Church, what are your thoughts on the current tensions, religious tensions, in our nation?
Well, I believe in fundamentalism, which is preserving the traditional faiths of the Bible and teaching it literally. For example, as a fundamentalist, I reject Darwin's challenge to the biblical story of the creation. It is crucial that we maintain centrality of religion.
It is noticeable you have gained a large amount of followers after the First World War. Could you please explain on how you were able to gain this large following considering you had significant opposition from the modernists?
Well, actually, growing up as a farm boy from Iowa, I quit school after 8th grade and became a professional baseball player. It wasn't until my early 20s that I experienced a religious awakening to convert to evangelical Christianity. My speeches were very flamboyant. For example, I would tell jokes, wave the American flag, while at the same time incorporating fundamentalist values. I preached heavily that anyone, even the most degraded individuals, may find salvation through Christ.
Okay. Yeah, that's very interesting. What is your stance on some of the other social issues out during this time?
Well, I am a very strong advocate for prohibition, and I also strongly believe that social reforms such as fighting poverty and fixing corrupt city governments are essential in a successful society.
All right, everyone. Please give it up for Mr. Billy Sunday and his amazing talent. Despite him having to leave us, our barely successful show has provided us with a blessing. Given that we just had a discussion on the rise of evangelical church Christianity, it is inevitable that we are also at a decline. So we're proud to welcome Miss Janina, who recently was in the audience during the Scopes trial. This was influential in the decline of fundamentalism. So, Janina, what was the context of this trial?
Well, Tennessee legislature adopted a measure that made it illegal for any public school teacher to teach anything that went against the divine creation of man in the Bible. So the American Civil Liberties Union offered a biology teacher, Mr. Scopes, to become part of a test case. As a result, Scopes purposely got himself arrested for going against the Tennessee law and went to court.
Wow, that was quite a story. How did the events play out?
The ACLU sent the famous lawyer Clarence Dower to defend Scopes against William Jennings Bryan, a fundamentalist spokesman. Scopes was convicted and fined $100.
Wow, that is crazy. So, what happened to the fundamentalists as a result of the final court ruling?
Even though Scopes was convicted, Darrow scored an important victory for the modernists by tricking Bryan into admitting that possibly not all religious belief is subject to one interpretation. This ultimately isolated many fundamentalists from mainstream Protestant denominations and led to the decline of religious activism by fundamentalists.
Well, all right, everyone. That wraps up this week's broadcast of The Tonight Show with Renato. Tune in next week for the latest updates on the stock market and our nation going into the great despair. That is, if we have another budget for a fun or new show. Thank you, and have a good day.